Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodaux, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number one. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number one grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Bayou Time. I'm your host, Keith Weissite, licensed clinical social worker with Terrebonne Home Care. Very glad you're joining us. However you may be joining us, we appreciate it very, very much. And listen, we like to bring to you experts, especially when it comes to some of these weather patterns that have just been really, really strange and a little scary lately. As crazy as the cold weather that we've got some severe weather coming. Very glad to welcome to the show Hannah Lisney, meteorologist with the National Weather Service over in New Orleans. Hannah, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Good morning.
Good morning. And so listen, tell us a little bit about what we can expect. I know we've been seeing the anticipation of this weather system. Tell us a little bit about what you guys are seeing and what y'all are anticipating coming up here on Saturday.
Sure. So the Storm Prediction Center has put most of our area under either an enhanced, which is a 3 out of 5 severe weather outlook, or a moderate, a little bit further to the north of Houma, which is a 4 out of 5 severe weather risk. So we are looking at what's expected to be a significant severe weather threat across basically the entire area on Saturday, and we're expecting basically all hazards, all modes of severe weather. That's damaging winds, that's tornadoes, it's large hail, and of course we even have a chance of some heavy rain as well.
And so we appreciate that, again, sharing with us the kind of the scale that you guys use about what we can be prepared for. I love knowing that 3 out of 5 or 4 out of 5 for the people in our viewing area and or those people traveling, and knowing what to anticipate. And so we're expecting the potential for strong winds, are damaging, not just strong, but damaging winds. And that's, I think, is a good distinction. Tornado activity or tornadoes, large hail, and flooding rain, as you mentioned. And so, this is not like a hard line that shows that, okay, Baton Rouge is in the higher threat, Houma is not. We need to all be kind of watching and make sure that we're aware of any of these types of events, especially when y'all have a tornado warning or tornado watch that's listed in our area. Is that right?
Yes, that is correct. So the entire area, not just in that moderate risk, even in that enhanced risk, that orange, that 3 out of 5, we are expecting the chance for significant winds that could be up to 75 plus miles per hour, and even strong tornadoes that could be long tracked, and that's anything above an EF2. So that's not just in that moderate area. That threat for strong long track tornadoes and damaging winds stretches all the way to the coast. So that does include Houma.
Right. And again, just to echo the importance of this, we had similar information last Tuesday. It's why a lot of our parades were moved over in various areas in the state. I, unfortunately, was trying to drive down, coming down in some of that weather between Shreveport and Alexandria. And I'm so very glad that the National Weather Service was giving updates. And unfortunately, I had to pull over from the interstate for 17 minutes to avoid going into where a tornado had been seen. And I got to tell you, I'm so very thankful for what you guys do and be able to let us know how we can really make sure that we're going to stay safe, especially when we see that tornadic event, because we know 75 miles an hour winds and E2 can be very, very destructive.
Absolutely. And, just like you said, it's at this point in time, we're about 48 hours out now from when this event is going to kind of get going. So it is that time to prepare, because we can't get super, super specific right now about the exact timing, but it'll basically be any time from the late morning probably to about the late afternoon. So at this point in time, you're going to want to know how and where basically you're safe places. So if you're in a house, we obviously don't have basements down here. So your safe place is going to be the most interior room you can get with no windows and on the lowest floor of your home. And then additionally, you want to have multiple ways to receive those warnings that you were just talking about. So any tornado warnings will go through your cell phone. It'll come through the wireless emergency alerts, but having a NOAA weather radio.
And again, Hannah, mention to us, if you will, about some of the communication that's so important during these times of severe weather.
Absolutely. So we just want to reiterate that it is important to have more than one way to receive severe weather warnings. Tornado warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings, they'll come through your phone. You want to maybe have the TV, the local meteorologist on, letting your neighbors know, having a NOAA weather radio, anything like that. Just having more than one way to receive a weather warning in case one of those other modes fails is always a good idea.
Yeah, and you mentioned something very, very important. Down here, without having basements, like people do in Wisconsin, we have to make sure that we are in the safest room in our house, which is the room that's most central in the house, typically with no windows or doors around, or no windows around it, and on the bottom floor.
Yeah, so you want to have as many walls between you and the outside as you can. No windows is always good. And then that's going to be like bathrooms, closets, under the stairs, maybe in the hallway. Just like you said, as central as you can get and as low as you can get is the best we can do.
Yeah, really, really. And if you need to go to a neighbor's house, communicate with them now. 48 hours or so out, like you mentioned, talk with them now. Communicate with those people. Or if you need to go to a family's home, especially if you are in a trailer or a camper.
Yes, absolutely. Like you said, we're still about 48 hours out right now. So the best thing you can do right now is make those plans and continue to monitor the forecast, as there could be some changes over the next 48 hours or so. And like you said, keep in touch with your family, keep in touch with those in your neighborhood.
Right. And again, we appreciate it very, very much. Again, we know that you guys are going to stay watching this. I know y'all don't ever get any sleep whenever it comes to a hurricane or tornadoes in the area and or snow in the area. We know that y'all stay with us the whole time. We will look forward to those updates. Hannah, we thank you very, very much. Thank you for your 4 years of service over the National Weather Service and becoming a meteorologist. Primarily, I know, to make sure that we keep people safe. We want people to heed these warnings, and we want you to make sure that you listen to what Hannah suggested, as in listening to and finding out lots of different ways to get that information. Hannah, thank you again. We look forward to everybody staying safe.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
All right, guys, that'll do it for us in this particular segment, but don't go anywhere. A whole lot more right here on HTV.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together. Waits and Downer, attorneys at law. Terrebonne Ford, built Ford tough.